Welcome to the presentation of Group 16's UF Species Spotter app. Our group intends to tackle the invasive species crisis currently affecting much of the world through the creation of an invasive species tracker app called UF Species Spotters. We are tackling the prototype and user testing portion of our app. The members of Group 16 tackled different roles throughout this project, like Paige, who is the project leader, a slide designer for the first project, helped brainstorm, and was one of the UI designers for the app. Kendall helped conduct interviews, was the slide designer for most of the projects, developed the journey map, and was involved in user testing. I wrote scripts for voiceover, developed personas, and was involved in user testing, as well as helping conduct interviews. Lucas helped develop the problem statement, project objectives, affinity diagram, requirements, and final properties. In addition, he completed the entire wire flow. Leon helped conduct interviews, brainstorm, and plan the prototype. To recap Group Project 1, our goal was to create an invasive species tracker app that allows users to track, report, and help remove invasive species in their area. Our competitive analysis was based on 3 apps: I've Got One, Wild Spotter, and WA Invasives. Each of these apps have their own flaws that our app aimed to tackle. For Group Project 2, we interviewed 3 people. The common themes were that they desire to educate others on invasive species. We should get rid of invasive species. And they don't know how to deal with invasive species independently. They also said that this could be a tool that assists in other kinds of work. We then came up with our requirements for the app with the use of brainstorming. The app must have instructions on how to deal with invasive species after identifying one. The app identifies species by showing information from an in-app database. And the app must have interactivity, like a one-button click report system. Also, the app must have collaborative features. Hello, we are Group 16, the UF Species Spotters, and we have developed an app that is meant to help people track and identify invasive species in their areas. Now, our app was built to be easy to use for our target demographic, which are your average people who are passionate about the environment and perhaps don't have the skills to identify and report invasive species on site. Now, our app is meant to be a all-in-one comprehensive place where you can report invasive species in your area, and it starts with our login screen. So our login screen right here, we start with you have to make an account. So we have our username or email, and we have our password, and then we have our sign in. Now, say we don't have an account, that button is right down here. Don't have an account? Create an account. Now I'm going to go ahead and click this. We go ahead and create an account. We enter our username or an email. We enter our password. We confirm our password. We click sign up. Now, say we've forgotten our password already. Handy little forgot password button right down here. You enter your username or your email, click confirm. It's going to send you a verification code. Now, you just enter that verification code, go ahead and confirm it. Set your new password right here. And we have, at all times, a little identifier up here just to give the user feedback as to where they are. Go ahead and confirm that. We're at the login screen again. Enter our username, enter our password, and in case we forgot our password, we've got a little notification right here. Now we go ahead and sign in, and we immediately have our catalog of invasive species. Now, the main purpose of our app is to help people identify invasive species in the wild. So we have right here 3 sort of categories of species that came up a lot during our user interviews. We have snakes, we have birds, and we have fish, and we have images to demonstrate what they look like, as well as a brief description. And this is meant to help people identify maybe the most common invasive species that they might find in their area. Now, say you don't want to see all of these, so you know you've seen a snake. We have a little filter button right up here. You can filter by species. So we can filter by snake, can filter by birds, can filter by fish, can say we just want birds and fish, snake and birds, can say we want all 3. Now, further development of the app would see us adding a lot more types of species such as bugs, but for right now we are on an alpha version, so we are limiting the number of species that we offer. Now, the main purpose of our app is going to be the report button right down here. So you go ahead and click this. You're going to put in the name of the species that you think it is. Go ahead and add a photo. Select what kind of species it is. We've got snake, birds, fish, any kind of other that we may not have. We have a category right here, and our catalog will tell you if this is very invasive, medium invasive, somewhat invasive, or not invasive. You have the option to provide a brief description right down here, and then you can go ahead and submit your report. We have this little confirmation screen right here confirming to the user that they have indeed submitted a report, so user feedback, thanking them for doing their part to make the environment a little bit safer, and then an immediate button to return to the catalog, so you can keep learning, keep scrolling, keep experiencing the app. Now, say you haven't used our app in a while. Well, that's where this guide button right down here comes in. You can go ahead and click this, and it will provide you information about how our app works. So we have a brief paragraph to sort of describe the functionality of the app and how everything works, how you use it, how to navigate it. Then we have instructions on how to create a report. We have a About Us section for the UF Species Spotters team. And our version info. This is currently our alpha version. Now we have the contact page right down here. This is meant to help people who maybe want to call their local services to ask about invasive species or to report invasive species themselves. So we have a catalog right here of various agencies that can help remove or identify invasive species, along with phone and email buttons to identify, to set up communications. So this one is currently set up for the United States, but the goal would be to make this globally accessible. So we have the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, Animal Bird Conservancy, we have the NISIC, and we have the Python Action Team. And that concludes the prototype for our app. We at the UF Species Spotters really hope that this app will provide users with a fast, easy, and potentially fun way to get more involved in their local ecosystem and help reduce the impact of invasive species in their communities, as well as provide education and information for those who are willing to learn. Thank you. We performed user testing with 2 participants. Most of what was noticed was minor polish issues with our app, such as gaps in the filter system and an improper alignment and scrolling issue on the catalog menu bar. These issues were fixed for the final prototype. Thank you for considering the UF Species Spotters. We hope our app is helpful in assisting with stopping the invasive species epidemic plaguing the world.